guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So today I was asked by the lovely Bonnie Miller to have a go at making a never-ending card or affinity card. If you look on Pinterest, there's hundreds and hundreds, and they are quite confusing to make because I've looked at lots and lots of ways how to make them. So I'm going to try and simplify it for you. Now if you've never seen one, they're really lovely because they just open out and they just continually move like that, so they just go round and round. And this one I've just made a little bit shabby. I put my butterflies on it, which is the rainbow of butterflies, and I've used my words and phrases 3 kit for the words on there, so I've just popped them on like that. So there we go, that's how I've done that one. But I wanted to make a smaller one that we can actually incorporate into our journals, so I've done this one. So it's really a never-ending journal card, I'm going to call this one, and I think it's really pretty. I've just made it out of some tea coffee stain paper, and it's 160 gram paper I've used, so you want a little bit of thickness to it, and I thought it was lovely. So you could just open it out, you journal on this bit, you can journal on that bit, and then you journal on that bit, and it was just the nice size. This is 4x4. And I thought this was a nice size to pop into your journals, so that's what I'm going to try to attempt to show you today. You can't embellish them too much because they flip round, so you don't want anything to sort of get stuck. So I thought this was really nice. And on this one's I've actually got my corner punch just to make a little bit different. So I'm hoping that I will be able to show you how to do it. So what we've got, I've got 8 pieces of tea stain paper, which I said this is 160 gram, and this is 4x2. Okay, so we've got 8 pieces like this. So we've got 4 inches by 2 inches, and you need 8 pieces. Okay, so then what you want to do, once you've got those 8, I've actually gone round it already with some just inked the edges just a little bit. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take my cutter here, and I'm going to mark off, whoops, this way, halfway, so we are 2 and 2 like that. So we need the middle because that's where we need to bend it into, so you've got to sort of be a little bit more precise with your marking and folding. So a little bit sort of origami-y, but it's fun to make, and I'll show you. If you don't get all your edges straight, you can just give it a little trim and it doesn't matter. So mark these off like this, just 2 inches in, just halfway through. Again, make them any size you like, but make sure you've got a square. You've got not a square, or this is a square, because that's what I did. I did 4x4 and then I just sliced it down the middle. Okay, so where you've marked the middle, you want to just bend that in like that so it's level. Okay, and then mark it there, or bend it there should I say, just so they're level like that. You can get your little bone folder like that. Okay, so you want to do that to all of them, so just bend it in there like that, make sure it's level, and bend them down. Okay, so I'm going to do this quickly. I'll fast forward it because you don't want to see me bending all of these. Okay, so this is the last one, so they just bend them into the middle so they meet in the middle like that. Okay, so then we've got 8 of those. So open them back up again like this, and then what you want to do, you need to put 2 together, and then we take another one like this. Okay, and then we want to glue that one along the, not along the top, but glue it so it goes that way, and you just want to glue the corners. Okay, so I just sort of like find it easier just to do one at a time. So just pop a little bit like that in one of the corners, and then pop this one on the top. Okay, just so it's level. Like I said, don't worry if it's not, you haven't got it accurate. And then we pop it on this corner like this, so then that sticks on the top like that. Okay, turn it over to make sure we've got it level, and then we do the same with the bottom. So you want to do this bottom corner and then this bottom corner like that, and just take one and then just pop this over the top. So it's just the corners. So make sure you've got a little gap, just a tiny gap there like that. So don't worry about this bit because I'm going to just trim that off anyway. So there we go, that's all stuck down. So we've just got the two pieces that we lay down like that, and then we just put them two strips over there. Now what you want to do, you want to open it up and bend those bits down. Okay, and again this way, bend it up and bend those bits down, just so you've got a nice fold there and here. Okay, and then you want to do it again on this way, just so you, where you folded those pieces, just want to push them down like that. Okay, so that's perfect. Okay, so that's all stuck down, and then they just move really nicely. So if you go that way, so that's the one you need now. Okay, so let me just show you that again. So you've got the two pieces over the top, so you need to bend them, so just keep going, and then you want it so this is bits the flat piece. Okay, so it's like that, so this piece opens out like that. So the next piece that you pop on, okay, let's switch that. You need to glue the whole thing. So this side here, you want to glue all of this piece. So you put glue on there, on this piece here, and on there. Okay, then you take another piece like this, and then you stick that piece on the top like that over there. Now I'm going to just turn that round, and then we're just going to glue this piece here. Like that. Take another piece and just glue that over the top like that. Make sure it's all stuck down nicely. Okay, so that opens up like that. So when you turn it, you open up. Now you want to make sure you can feel it when you bend it. You'll feel that it needs to be flattened. Okay, so make sure it's flattened out. So this does that like that. Okay, so get to this piece here, which has got the flat pieces here. It's the only piece that we looks a bit messy. So these pieces need to go, because it opens out like that, these pieces have to go on here like that. Okay, and that sticks, that you want to stick the whole piece down. Okay, so this just sticks on here like this, and pops over the top like that. And then the last piece, I'll turn it this way because I'm right-handed, it's easier for me to stick it down this side. Okay, and that piece sticks on there like that. Okay, perfect. Now when you turn it, because we've got little bits that are just sort of like popping out the top, like here, if you can see, these bits need to be sort of cut off really. I'm just going to show you how it just, because they get caught, you can see they get caught in there like that. So what I'm going to do is, you can see here I've just gone over a little bit, So I'm going to take my cutter, I'm just going to cut that little bit off. I'm going to go around all of it, just so, oops, just so the edges are tidy and they don't get caught. Like that. Snip it down. Oops. Can you see? So if you want to bend it this way, keep bending it and make sure that it opens out really nicely and doesn't get stuck. So that does. So if you just, perfect. Get rid of those little bits. Right, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut the little corners off just around the edges, and I think it just sort of like finishes it off quite nicely, like that. Oops. Then open it out again, and then cut these little corners off, like this. Open it out again and cut the corners off. So you've got to make sure all the corners have been cut off, like that. Open it up again, and this is the last one. There we go, perfect. Got a little bits out of the way. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to quickly go around the edge just a little bit with, oops, a little bit of the vintage photo, just like that, just to sort of like make a little bit vintage. Again, pop any colour. If you've got any of your ink pads that you like, the coloured ones, you can use those. But I thought I'd just show you, so it's almost like a sort of a vintagey one, and then you just keep opening it up and going round. Okay, perfect. Okay, and there we go. So we've got one little infinity journaling card, which I think are lovely. So you can do it however you like. Some people do it so they turn it like that. So it all depends where you're going to stick your little bits on the card. So I thought I would do mine like this, because what I want to do, I'm going to put this on the front here. So now I just need to cut this in half and put half that side and half that side. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to fold them in half like that and just snip it down there. I can do it straight, not very straight, but never mind. And then if you put halfy, so when it opens up, and you've got half on one side, half on the other. Now let's use a little bit of cheesecloth underneath. Now you need to be able to stick this down quite well. Don't have too many bits sort of like sticking out, because they might get caught. So just pop a little bit of glue on there. Now I might have to make this a bit smaller. Got to fit in that little sort of square bit there. I didn't do that on this one. I've actually made it go all the way across, but luckily it does fold up. But if you keep it into sort of like the little square bit in the middle, it shouldn't get caught like that. Okay, and then we want to stick these on either side. Quite simple once you've done it a couple of times. It's like anything, isn't it, really? Once you've practiced. So don't practice with your good paper. Practice with just some, if you've got any paper that you've printed off that went wrong, just sort of use that, or some sort of like 4x4 scrap bits of paper you've got. To start off with, it doesn't all have to be the same type of paper. You can use all your bits and pieces, as long as they're sort of 4x4 or whatever size you want it to be. Okay, so that's the front. So if I'm going to do it like this, what I would like to do then, I've got some little bits here. Like I said, these are out of my the Shabby French collection. These are the little embellishments on there. I think I made these a little bit smaller on my computer, So you open it up like that. Then I'm just going to pop this little square one, I think maybe just on that side, so you've got all this space to journal on, and I think it looks really nice. And it's just something a little bit different to go into your journals. I do like the big cards, but if you're not a card maker and you just like things to go in your journals, then I think this one is perfect. And then we open it up again like that. You can either put that at the bottom, which I did on the last one, or at the top. I think I'll pop it at the top like that. So easy peasy, quick, and there we go. So then when you do that, you're back to the front. There we go. So again, you can embellish it as much as you like, but try and stick them down quite flat. But you could sort of like collage it, flat collage it. So I think these look really, really lovely, just like that. And it's a lovely little addition. Again, this is not my idea. If you have a look on Pinterest at never ending cards, you'll see hundreds and hundreds of different styles, but I did find them very, very complicated to follow. So I'm hoping this one is a little bit easier for you. So there we go, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. So now I have two, and I think they look really nice. So it's a really nice size to actually fit in your journal as well. Or again, you can make a big card and send that off as a gift to somebody. Put a nice birthday message on there. But I think it was really pretty with the butterflies on there. And that was the front, and they do stand up. So if you put it like that, you can see that they stand up as well. So there we go, guys. Please do give it a go, and thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you next time. All right, guys, take care. Bye bye.